Lou, this week, I think on Tom's Table we want to do a coq au vin recipe, a French recipe with braised chicken, with red wine, mushrooms, and onions. Any ideas on that?
I got the perfect idea. Villa Park, France. Coq au vin's French, right?
Yes, yes, totally.
The French market.
French market, that's where we're going.
That's what we got to do.
Welcome to Tom's Table. Today we're going to prepare a French peasant dish I'm sure you've heard 1,000 times before, called coq au vin. Basically it's chicken braised in red wine with the addition of some bacon, some onions, and some mushrooms, which we have over here, and we're going to make that. It's a pretty easy dish to make, and it's a pretty elegant dish to serve. So, I mean, how many of you like to entertain but worry about the cost of putting out a big dinner for people? I'm one of those people. Money's an issue for me when I'm having a party, and this dish, I'm going to put out this dish today for 4 people, and it's going to be under $10. Wow. Yeah, right. Wow. Where can you put a dish like that out for 10 bucks? Along with that, this time of year, I'm bringing in the harvest of tomatoes out of my garden. So we're going to make a nice fresh garden salad with a bunch of additions on top of that, with a nice fig balsamic to top that. Dessert, always chocolate, flourless chocolate cake. I had the opportunity in 2003 to go on a cruise. In your lifetime, you should go on a cruise. And it's not because I could have afforded it. My brother-in-law, who came into a bit of money, says, I'm taking you and your wife on a cruise. So we went on this wonderful cruise, and one of the desserts, first let me tell you, cruises are all about food. And all you can eat, fine food. I had the best flourless chocolate cake there that you could imagine. And I hounded that chef. I mean, I was like a second skin to him till he finally busted loose with the recipe. So that's what we're going to make for dessert. Very elegant. We'll serve it with a little whipped cream and some fresh raspberries. So what do you say we get started? Let's cook, yes? All right. Here, there's a few things I want to get talking to you about first. One of them is called mise en place. And that's a French term for everything in its place. Like, before I'm going to start cooking this meal, all of my things are right where they should be. My additions, I have very little to do once I start my dish. Mise en place, have everything ready. And the other word, M word, is going to be mirepoix. And basically every dish with a sauce is going to have a blend of celery, carrots, and onions in it. And that's called mirepoix. And you're gonna hear me say those terms a lot throughout these programs.
Hey Tom, let's talk a little bit more about mirepoix and what that's about.
The other M word. Mirepoix. 50% onion, 25% carrot, 25% celery. That's basically, every sauce is flavored with basically mirepoix, or one element or 2 elements of mirepoix. And sauces are the key to any finished dish. Sauces come in many, many, many forms, and that's kind of where you can be creative with whatever kind of sauce you want to make. Okay, what I want to do is take this chicken. I've had it in a nice burgundy marinade. I'm going to take it and I'm going to dry it. on a plate with a paper towel. This mirepoix, we're going to cook our food in there, our chicken in there. So, okay, we're just going to dry off all this chicken. I've cut it into 8 pieces, and that's what a whole chicken will come out to be, 8 nice pieces for you. Okay, so mirepoix, our chicken, and now we're going to go to the next step. All right, we've got a nice saute pan, a generous coating of olive oil. We're going to sear off this chicken. Good and hot. See, our chicken is kind of taken on that color of the red wine we've marinated in. So, all right, let's go presentation side down first, okay? We'll get it started that way. Just enough to fill the pan, not crowding it. We want it to cook. We don't want it to steam. All right. Now we're going to let that brown up real nice, okay? All right, now we'll prepare a couple of the other elements that goes into our coq au vin while that chicken is getting a nice brown on it. And number one is we've got to render some bacon. So I got some nice country bacon here, and we'll slice it once. And now the French term when you're taking bacon like this, and now what I'm making are called lardons of bacon. So this is one of the elements of our coq au vin, which we'll get sauteing in a pan, get it nice and crisp. All right, we're going to add our bacon to the saute pan. And while we're here, we're going to give our chicken a flip. Get a nice brown on it. Sticky. Some nice color there, you see. Okay, and then another element is our mushrooms. Mushrooms will cook in that bacon fat a little bit to get a lot of the liquid out of them. Like I told you before, this is a pretty easy dish to prepare. Not a whole lot of ingredients, and it's really nice. I mean, it's a really nice dish. So, okay, we're going to let that bacon render a little bit of its fat out, and then we're going to add our onions. Right now, we're going to take our mirepoix, which we've marinated the chicken in the red wine and the mirepoix. We're going to add all of that. First, we're going to hit this with a little brandy, okay? We add flavor by layers, and this is one way to do it. Just a little hit of brandy, and that is going to cook off nice. And then to that, we're going to add our red wine marinade and our mirepoix. All right? That all goes in there. A little of the Cabernet Sauvignon that I used to marinate in, maybe a cup. maybe a cup and a half. We're going to let that go in there. I got some beef stock. This is 4 cups. I need half of it. Let's use 2 cups. We'll keep that as a reserve if we need it. All right, so the easy thing about coq au vin, we've just added our mirepoix, we browned our chicken, we've added some beef stock, we've added some mirepoix. See you later. 45 minutes later, that's going to be a fine dish. So we're going to cover it and we're done. We're going to let that cook until the chicken gets nice and tender, and then we're going to add our bacon and our onions and our mushrooms that have been cooked down. These are actually pearl onions you buy. Blanch them, throw them in hot boiling water for 1 minute. Take them out, skins pop right off. There you go, pearl onions, which is the other essential dish to coq au vin. The thing about coq au vin is every region in France produces a different wine, right? So the coq au vins from all those regions are different because of the wines they use. So, I mean, you say coq au vin and it's not one recipe. It's probably 10,000 recipes from each chef that's ever made it. So, coq au vin, we'll do our Villa Park style of coq au vin today. Is what we're doing. I'm here at the Villa Park French Market with Bob Pardon, the manager of the French Market, and here in Villa Park. And Bob, you've been here how many years?
I would say probably 10,
Okay.
11.
Define the French Market. I guess that's the question we want to ask, yeah?
Well, the term French Market comes from the owners. It's Bensidoin, USA. Their family has been in the market business in Paris, France for about 60 years.
For real?
Passed down from grandfather to granddad to children.
Wow.
And the sons run it now here. And they have some of the largest markets and venues in Paris, where it goes year-round outdoors, and it's like storefronts for people. Here in the United States, they're in both New York City and Chicago area, wow. And they have a large one in the downtown metro train station, and they have numerous ones all around Chicago and
Sure.
the suburbs.
Sure. That's only awesome. Wow, wow. Paris, France, right here in Villa Park. You got it, right? All right, here's our bacon sauteing. You can see it's kind of getting brown, so we're going to add all our mushrooms to that. Get some of the liquid out. That's going to take maybe 6 to 8 minutes to get to where we want it to be. Okay, our coq au vin is braising in red wine and a little beef stock. Our mushrooms and bacon are getting all good. Mushrooms releasing all their liquid, intensifying their flavor. The bacon getting nice and crispy. Towards the end of that, we'll add the onions and some garlic. Once that chicken is all cooked, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, we're going to drain that sauce. We're going to get rid of the mirepoix. We're using the mirepoix just to get extracting all the flavor out of those vegetables. So then we're going to get rid of that, and then we're going to add our classic elements. We're going to add our bacon, we're going to add our mushrooms, and we're going to add our pearl onions. All right, that in itself, and we're going to use that liquid that it's cooked in, and it will make the finest sauce you can imagine. So now we've got everything cooking. What do we do now? Let's start our dessert. What about that? How about a flourless chocolate cake? Not a lot of ingredients. Tricky a little bit maybe, but we're going to show you how to do it. 12 ounces of chocolate chips, semi-sweet. Tablespoon of dark rum. Tablespoon of vanilla. Quarter cup of this morning's coffee. We're going to put all these in a double boiler. Double boiler, you don't have to go out and buy a $100 double boiler from whatever cooking store. Take an old pot, put some water in it, put a nice glass bowl in it. I'll show you how. Here, come on over here. 12 ounces chocolate chips, okay? The dark rum, the vanilla, This morning's coffee. We're just going to let that, you keep a simmer in your pot underneath. See that steam coming up? That's going to melt all this. Let's go get our other elements at the table. This will probably take about 10 minutes to get all melted. While our chocolate is melting over there, we're going to go to the second part of this meal, this cake. Eggs, 5 of them. Okay, 5 eggs in the bowl, half a cup of sugar. We're going to beat them a little bit. We're going to beat them until they turn pale. This is going to be our leavening agent for the flourless chocolate cake. It's not going to get real thick, but it's going to get like about that. And we're going to top that with a nice whipped cream. And man, you got to have something chocolate after dinner. This is it. So we're beating our eggs and our sugar, half a cup, till they get pale in color. Okay, we're good there. All right, here's our chocolate, our rum, our coffee, our vanilla extract. Look at that, melted up real nice. Okay, that's, all the little bits are out of there. That's like creamy smooth. Look at that, nice and creamy. We're gonna let that cool a little bit because we're gonna add it to our egg mixture. And if we added it right now, it would turn to this chocolate scrambled eggs, and we don't want that. So, all right, we'll see you in a minute.
And I'm Tom again. We're with Danny Disterhouse at the Villa Park French Market, and he's the farmer, yeah?
Yes, I sure am.
All right. Where are you located at?
We're from Berrien Springs, Michigan. It's southwestern Michigan. Small little village near St. Joseph and Benton Harbor area.
Nice, nice.
So, yes.
Seasonal stuff, yeah?
Yeah, seasonal. And I do have a few Florida tomatoes, though, today, but the rest is from our farm.
Strawberries are hot right now, yeah?
Absolutely. Strawberries are just coming in. Asparagus.
Asparagus, yeah, yeah.
We've got some last fall apples stored in a CA storage.
Ah.
And some fresh herbs for people to put in their garden.
Fresh herbs?
Yeah, yeah. So, yes.
Now, throughout the year, how many years have you been coming here?
I've been coming about 10 years. I believe this market's been here 10 years,
Yep.
and I've started it started from the beginning.
Excellent, excellent. Now, throughout the year, your produce will change, of course. Tomatoes and then, of course, berries, big time.
Absolutely. Raspberries, blueberries, and yeah, we're going to edge into peaches and plums and apples, more apples, and so yes.
Root vegetables at all? Beets, stuff like that?
Not beets, but broccoli, cauliflower, some cabbage,
Nice,
and
nice.
Brussels sprouts. Of course, some summer squash, zucchini squash.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
green beans, of course.
Oh man! So we got something to look forward to as we get down through the year. So this is French Market, Danny Disterhouse, showing us some of the good stuff that we got here and that we can look forward to. Danny, thank you.
Thank you very much.
All
nice
right.
meeting you.
Same here. Same here.
Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
All right, so our chocolate has been melted along with the vanilla, the rum, and the coffee. All very nicey nice. We're going to take a quarter of that and add it to our eggs. Blend it up again. That's cooled enough to where we don't have to worry about the eggs cooking by adding our chocolate. And when you add a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of product to the eggs, it's called tempering. So we're tempering our eggs right now by adding just a small portion of the chocolate. So we got that blended in. That's our flourless chocolate cake, my friend. Looking good. I'll tell you, it's a very decadent cake. Chocolate lovers, yeah, you're gonna like this. So we're gonna blend the rest of that in. All right? Just for a couple minutes, get it all nice and dispersed through there. All right, nice. Now, final step to making this cake. 3/4 of a cup heavy whipping cream. I whipped it to soft peaks, hard peaks. Just get right in between both of those. And now I'm going to add that to there. Fold it in. Let's fold that chocolate in with the whipped cream. I could eat that right now like that and have no problem. All right. Look at that. Nice, right? Okay, so we have a springform pan. You don't want that to stick to there. Springform pan. I got some boiling water, some heavy-duty aluminum foil. We're going to add our cake right to there. It's like a jacuzzi. It's like a jacuzzi for that cake. We're letting it soak in some nice hot water. And the reason for that is we don't want it to cook too fast. And just being in the straight oven just would not be conducive to it cooking well. So we got some foil and we got some nice boiling water. And we're going into the oven at 325 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes, okay? All right. 35 to 40 minutes. That tastes awesome right there. It tastes like a chocolate shake. Got some on my shirt. Nice. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna finish up the cocoa van.
Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
It's fun to eat supper with your family, especially when there is good food on the table. Strong, healthy bodies. They are good foods to eat. Father is certainly enjoying his supper. So is Carol. So is Mother. Just look at that plate. Mother is pleased and proud. Before you take a drink, chew your food well and swallow it. Everything tastes good, and you're eating well. See what good eating habits can do for you? Looking for seconds.
Look at that. Processing very nicely. Chicken's looking wonderful. Okay, we'll just let that keep going. Now, we're over here with our bacon and mushrooms. 3 cloves of garlic. All right? I like garlic. Put that in there. Let's saute it a bit. We don't want to burn it. We just want to get it aromatic. And here is our onions. Put those in as well. All right? Fresh thyme out of my garden. Let's add that as well. We're personalizing our coq au vin right there. Yeah, some call for thyme, some don't. I like thyme. So there. We're going to let that go in there as well. Our coq au vin is processing. Our flourless chocolate cake is in the oven. 30-35 minutes. You know what? We wouldn't be able to serve that today anyway. That's got to sit overnight and firm up. I made one last night that we've got for dessert because we don't want to be denied dessert, right? So coq au vin is almost ready. We need a side salad to go with that main dish. And I said, since we've got a plethora of tomatoes and things coming out of my garden, let's make a nice fresh tomato salad. Cherokee Purples, new heirloom variety my daughter bought me. Delicious. Pretty mild, but delicious. So we got, and I've got my standard beefsteaks, which I can't go a summer without. So we got 2 types of tomatoes. I've got some fresh basil out of my garden, some red onion, and we've got some feta cheese. So what we'll do is take these tomatoes. Let's just cut them into slices. And we're going to dress a plate up with those. All right? There's some of my beefsteaks. See, these are interesting, aren't they? They got a nice look to them and a nice taste as well. So, I mean, this dish is going to take you. I'm telling you, we're gonna have this dish done in about 3 minutes here. So, yeah, nice addition to a nice meal. And tomatoes. I mean, you got to eat them right now, right? I mean, I've got tomatoes coming out of my ears. So, why not enjoy? All right, one more. All right. All right, let's get rid of those. To those is a little red onion, yeah? Little red onion, little thin sliced red onion. Just a nice addition, okay? Sliced it real thin. Okay. Nice. I'm going to take some basil out of my garden. Take basil. Take about 8 or 9 leaves. Roll it up. It's called a chiffonade. A chiffonade of basil. What a chiffonade it is, long strips. So there. How about that on there? Okay. Flip our basil. Fresh feta cheese. Why not, right? Nice. Okay. Fig balsamic dressing. Going straight up with it. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't look good. Finish it with a little Himalayan pink sea salt. Because I like it. And that's all you have to do. Is something you like, go with it. And let me grab some fresh cracked black pepper to finish it off. I like a lot of pepper. All right. Well, probably about 3 minutes it took us to make that. And that's gonna accompany our coq au vin. That's gonna be real nice, yeah?
So Tom, you're using fresh tomatoes out of your garden. That's got to be a real treat, just having the option to do that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have 4 seasons where maybe summer is the only time we get something like that. But seasonal ingredients are huge in cooking, and whether it be the tomatoes that we use or the herbs that go with it. Personally, I always use grow a fresh herb garden, basil, thyme, oregano, you know, all the key herbs you'll use in cooking. Could we use the herbs we use? We could dry them, use them in the winter. But usually the rule of thumb when you're using herbs like that is you use twice as much fresh herbs as you do dry herbs. So if I'm going to add basil to fresh basil to an ingredient, I'll use twice as much as if it was dried. But yeah, seasonal ingredients, very huge in cooking.
Can't beat the fresh stuff.
No, no, not at all, not at all. Okay, dessert time. It's kind of like my favorite time, and when it has chocolate in it, it's even better. So here we are. The chocolate cake we just made. This is one I made last night, and it is set up very nicely. I have covered it with a layer of whipped cream. I did not add powdered sugar to that whipped cream because the cake itself is so sweet. I didn't think the whipped cream needed any extra sweetness to it. All right, so let's plate this dessert to make it restaurant worthy, to where you just go, wow, when it sits in front of you. Let's use a little whimsy. Did I just say the word whimsy? I'm sorry if I did. I like to eat with my eyes. I just cut some pieces of paper. I got some cocoa, and I'm just putting it right there. All right? All right, I just made a nice plate right there. I'm gonna slay my cake. The key to cutting this chocolate cake is this knife has to be warm. Otherwise it's gonna pull and smear, and you don't want that. So excuse me while I heat this knife a little bit. All right, nice hot knife. Now, cut yourself a nice slice right out. We're gonna do it again. Nice hot, warm knife. Look at that. Just like surgery. All right. Now we're going to take our pie cutter and we're going to lay that down. All right. Tell me that doesn't look good so far. All right. Got a little extra whipped cream. About a nice dollop right there. On the side. With a nice berry. Maybe a couple over here. Put a couple over there. A little chocolate for the top. Let's finish it with a spearmint leaf. Dude, restaurant worthy? I think so. Tell me that doesn't just call to be eaten right there. All right, we're going to get into our tasting in a few minutes here, but there you go, flourless chocolate cake. How does that look to you? Pretty nice, yeah? All right.
Hi, we're still at the French Market. We're with Carlos now at the, we got oils and vinegars and all kinds of marinated mushrooms and jardiniere, and it's all made by you guys, yeah?
Yes, sir. We make this pasta sauce.
Pasta sauce, yeah?
Pasta sauce, jardiniere, and Chicago Heights. We infuse the olive oil in Chicago Heights. It's a small facility, but we do this in Chicago Heights, and the oil comes from Sonoma, California.
Sonoma, California, the oil, yeah, yeah.
The balsamic, we bring it in from Italy, and we infuse it in Chicago Heights also.
Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool. And many flavors on the vinegars. We got the coconut, we got fig, we got peach. You know, you've got all kinds here, and the same with the oils. They're all infused with different flavors, and looks really good. And you've been here for a while doing this, haven't you?
Yes, I've been for a couple years already doing it, and it's been working out pretty good.
And very popular, yeah?
Yes, everybody likes the olive oils and balsamics.
Yeah.
The jardiniere is pretty traditional, and here in Chicago, so everybody likes our jardiniere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We have three different kinds. The mild one for whoever doesn't really like a lot of heat.
Right.
We have hot and extra hot
Extra
for
hot.
whoever loves hot peppers. Yeah.
So yeah, we're well being big on Italian beefs here. We got to have our giardiniera to go with it, right?
Yes, sir.
And the pasta sauce, you guys make
Yes.
that too here, huh?
Yes, we have a few different ones. The pasta sauce are, you know, that people loves the
Yep.
pasta sauce also. We have gravy marinara, Asiago,
Huh?
that home style. We also have sweet basil, and we have another one, garlic lovers. People love garlic.
Yeah.
And actually today I ran out of garlic lovers.
Really? Because they're
Yes, it was-
popular. Huh?
yes, but people for some reason here in Villa Park, everybody loves garlic cloves, garlic pasta sauce, garlic olive oil.
Well, I'll try not to breathe too close to them with all the garlic.
But everybody loves garlic in here in Villa Park.
Nice, nice. Carlos, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Tom.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so I've taken everything out of the pan. I've drained the juice. And this is the juice left over. We're going to heat that. And what I have here is equal amounts of flour and water, equal amounts of flour and butter create roux. This is roux. So this is what we're going to use as our thickener. We're going to get that right up to a boil, and we're going to thicken it to a consistency that we like. All right, a little more. Butter and flour. And it is the perfect thickener. It will take us to where we want to be. We're going to serve this over buttered egg noodles. Let's use the rest of it. All right. That'll start, once that gets to a boil, it's going to thicken up to where we want it to be. All right, you can see that the roux has thickened our sauce very nicely. Very nicely. So what I'm going to do is add our chicken back to there. Get it coated very nicely. Tell me that doesn't look good, man. That's $5 worth of chicken right there. Tell me you can't beat that. You can't beat that. All right, don't waste those juices. Don't waste those juices. All right, that goes in. There's our onions, our mushrooms, our bacon, our garlic. That goes in as well. All right. Nice, right? We're going to let that just blend in there and warm up a little bit. We got our sauce to where we want it to be. Now we're going to serve this over buttered egg noodles, and it's going to be a really nice dish. Now keep in mind that this was under $10. The mushrooms I got there for 99 cents. The pearl onions were 99 cents. The bacon, probably $1's worth of bacon. So that's $3 on top of my $5 for the chicken. So that's just for everything in this pot, we're talking under $10. So, and you're going to feed 4 nicely with this, okay? All right, let's go over and plate it up. Okay. Buttered egg noodles. Here we go. We're going to serve this coq au vin right on top of these noodles. All right. All right, let's bring our coq au vin over. Put our chicken down. I I like serving meals where it's family style, where you can pass it around at the table. I don't know, I just think it creates an atmosphere of intimacy. I like it. So there we go with all our chicken. We'll take our sauce. We'll go over the whole thing with it. All right. Nice, right? All right, let's just take a little, also some parsley out of my garden. Let's just chop a little parsley. Finish it. How nice does that look? Coco Van, $10, under $10. Let's get a bunch of people and eat. This is our bounty of the garden. Tomatoes, a little feta cheese, red onion, a little fresh basil. Nice, right?
Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today.
A filmy dress, corsage to match, a handsome swain, and a lovely lady. That nights are soft, the music sweet, and you are with your favorite person. Will you enjoy this special evening among your friends? Will you really have a good time? Or will you be a little unsure, a little uncertain about the right thing to do and the right time to do it? Good manners, social graces, etiquette, call it what you will, all are based on consideration for others, being kind to the other fellow in the little things of life as well as the big things. The youngsters who start to learn their manners early are fortunate youngsters. They may not think so at the time, but as they grow older, they realize that good manners can't be put on for special occasions only. Consideration for others applies wherever you are, whether it be the corner hamburger stand, a simple dinner at home, or more formal dining. The rules are simple and are based on your hostess's consideration for you. Put your napkin in your lap quietly. Fancy flourishes are disturbing to those around you. No need to be uneasy about a long line of silverware. The first piece you use is placed on the outside, making it easy for you to pick up without spoiling the place setting. Automatically, the next piece you use is on the outside, making it easy to be sure of using the right piece for each course as it is served. Soup is eaten quietly from the side of the spoon. Good manners are based on common sense and are easy to acquire if you follow the simple rules. Salads are on your left and are eaten with a fork. And remember, the salad fork will be on the outside. The knife and fork are tools you want to know how to use properly. Cut only a bite or two at a time. Your food will not only taste better if it is eaten in small bites, but you will look better too. And time to add your bit to the pleasant conversation, which should be part of every meal. Use your knife for cutting instead of tearing, and of course the sword swallower in the circus is the only person who may have a knife anywhere near his mouth. At the table, you will look better if you sit up, relaxed but straight. No elbows on the table, please. Your butter spreader is never used for cutting bread or opening rolls or biscuits, which are broken apart by hand, but is used for spreading butter on bread or rolls a bite at a time. As you can see, the array of silverware is getting smaller as the dinner progresses. After use, silverware should be placed flat on the plate or service dish, not on the tablecloth where it might stain or leave a spot. Take on your spoon only what you can eat in one bite. If something you want is too far for you to reach easily, ask your companion to pass it to you. This reduces the chance of upsetting things, which can be so embarrassing. Speaking of upsetting things, a spoon left standing in a cup is a trap for the unwary. That's why etiquette rules that a spoon is placed flat in the saucer after use. Carry your manners with you at all times. Make them part of you. They will help you over the hard places, and remember, whatever your goals in life, finding a good job, being a gracious host or hostess, or not being a wallflower at college parties, good manners will help you achieve them faster and more successfully. It was Emerson who said, "Manners are the happy ways of doing things." And Emerson was right. Be natural. Be yourself, but see yourself as others see you.
We've been in the kitchen for about 45 minutes preparing coq au vin for our first guest, Kate Ciancio, who is joining us this evening. Thank you, Kate.
Yep.
Good to have you. What we're serving Kate tonight is our coq au vin, our chicken braised in red wine. We made a nice seasonal salad with the tomatoes that are coming out of our garden like crazy. Tomatoes, a little feta cheese, basil, onions, fig balsamic, and of course our chocolate, flourless chocolate cake that we created a little whimsy with that, with the decorating, which you eat with your eyes. I mean,
it looks great.
There's no doubt about it. You eat with your eyes. So part of the idea I want to convey to everybody is that, you know, we've probably spent $15 on all this food.
Wow.
And I mean, that's going to feed 4 people. $15, can you do that at Burger King or Wendy's or anywhere? I don't think you can. So let's you know, I could say till the cows come home, I could say this is great food. But until I have somebody, Kate, I'm sorry to call you my guinea pig, but unless you have somebody tasting your food, you have no idea how it is. I can say I like it, I eat it, it's good, but you know what? Let's put it to the test. This is where the rubber meets the road. So, Kate, I think you like dark meat, yes? Yep. All right, so we got a little coq au vin. That's the noodles and the sauce and the bacon and the onions. All right.
It looks great.
Thank you. And you can help yourself to some tomatoes and onions there. I think I'm going to join her because I'm starving as well. All right.
Would you like a tomato?
I would, thank you. All right. All right. So a nice little side to go with that, huh?
Yeah, it looks amazing.
We'll see. I mean, the key is $15, man. I mean, you just can't do that, right? I mean, these days, can you? Now, you just graduated college.
Yep.
U of I.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't spend all 4 years in the dorm, right?
No, only 2.
Okay, and 2. So your first 2 years in the dorm, you were eating dorm food. At all the cafeterias and stuff like that, right? And the second 2, you rented an apartment?
Yeah, I was doing a little light cooking.
Okay, a little light cooking. I mean, like, give me a for instance.
Pasta. A lot of pasta.
A lot of pasta. Okay,
yeah.
That's good. Would you believe you could make this for $15, this whole meal?
I wouldn't have. I would have probably made bigger portions of things if I could find it this cheap.
Right, right. Yeah, and I don't mean to dwell on the $15 thing, but I'm just talking about, you know, these are not prosperous times right now. I mean, money is an issue. If you want to entertain or something like that, money's an issue. So if you can do something like this for $15, I mean, you can entertain all the time. Have your friends over.
And it's the little additions that make it look really fancy. Like, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, it is really good. But I'm biased.
No, I'm glad you give a second opinion. It's delicious.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me try the tomato.
I'll try the tomato with you. There's nothing like a fresh garden tomato. I mean,
That's very good.
See, that you can't get that from a tomato you buy at the store. That's homegrown out of my garden. That's created with care and love right there, and you can't beat that flavor. So, one thing I'm going to ask you to do, though, is to try your dessert. I mean, it's I know it's against the rules to go dessert before you finish your meal. But
it's not a problem.
So this is our flourless chocolate cake. We garnished it with raspberries, a little mint leaf, and just some chocolate on top, you know. I mean, that's like 8 ingredients for that. And
wow, that's really good. It almost tastes like a mousse.
Like a chocolate mousse. Well, basically, yeah. Okay, good, good.
It's delicious.
Nice. And raspberries always complement chocolate, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No problem, just moving right into the dessert.
All right, so you've been with us for a meal, and I'd like to see what you think. We'd like to get your opinion on what you saw today, and we'd like to get you on as a taste tester, right? Is that a good position?
Yeah, definitely a good position.
So what we're going to do down the road is we're going to make a little trivia, and on our website, if you can answer this trivia question correctly, we're going to put all the right answers into a tub, and we're going to draw one of the right answers out, and you too can be a tester on Tom's Table. So I thank you for being with us today. Kate, thank you very much
Thank you for having me.
Coming here. All right. Thanks very much. Have a good night. Keep eating.
Well, Lou, how do you think it went?
I think it went great. The food was a success at the table. I think she enjoyed everything. I learned a lot, so I'm sure our viewers are going to learn a lot. And we met some really good people at the French Market.
Oh, we did. They were very helpful, very informative at the French Market. The freshness, you just can't compare with the freshness of farm to table, and we stress that. I mean, farm to table, that's where it's at these days. And, you know, we don't want stuff that's all been sprayed with pesticides and stuff like that. We wanted fresh farm to table, and I think we accomplished that, yeah?
I think so too, and I can't wait for the next show.
Yeah. Well, come with us next time on Tom's Table. Thank you for being with us.
Remind you of anything? Oktoberfest, right? Oktoberfest.